Aries, this month of June sees you on track to achieving this goal, this success, this attainment. But first, where have you been coming from recently? In May, maybe coming into the month of June, you have been in Eight of Swords energy. This is looking like self-limiting beliefs. And if this Ten of Pentacles goal that you have this month, this achievement, it's big, it's bold, it's a lot. If that's anything to go by so far, and we're going to pull a lot more cards to see what's going on, this tells me that you may be having wounding or issues coming up around how much you feel you deserve to be making, how much you feel you deserve to be charging, where you should be at this point in your life, where you're actually able to go and what you're able to achieve. As you leave the month of June, I see a whole energy of more socializing coming up. If you've been feeling pretty introverted lately, this would suggest that coming out of your shell is achieved towards the end of June, and that you're going into July with a greater sort of social network, more contacts, more people that you've been sharing your ideas with. If you're feeling a little more introverted, this just tells me that that time spent alone or in quiet, rejuvenating yourself, is filling you to the brim with motivation going into the next month. Loads of ideas that you're ready to share. Let's start pulling some cards and going deeper into what lies ahead for you in June. Before we do that, let's see where you're coming from. Tell me about these Eight of Swords. Where have you been stuck, Aries? Let's first start with that. Where has Aries been stuck? What's holding them back from achieving their goal at the moment? The Seven of Cups. It's been hard to determine what exactly it is that you want or how exactly you're going to achieve this. You're considering other people's emotions as well, Aries, and this has been holding you back to a certain extent, and it's been making it hard for you to fully get the picture clearly, away from all this fog, away from all the distractions of people's opinions, what they want for you, all of those things. You haven't been able to see your situation clearly yet, and there is an indication with the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the World card and the Six of Wands, this on your way to achieving this long-term goal, this pinnacle of success. The World card and Ten of Pentacles tells me you're aiming for something really big in June, and for quite some time you have been trying to get to this point, to this goal. But with the Nine of Pentacles, there is a sort of enlightened selfishness with this. It's a card of managing your shit on your own, or dealing with your problems and dealing with the challenges that are coming up all by yourself, so that the reward is even sweeter because it was all down to you, Aries. So you can access all of this self-reliance and independence, but it's coming with a little bit of a cost, right? Because you then have to come across as being more self-oriented to other people. Let's go a little further into the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So you've been held back by something because of, you know what, as simply as this, overwhelm. You have so much to consider, and there's so much around this. There's so many pieces. You don't even know what's right, what's wrong, what's the best, what's not good, because you haven't seen everything clearly. Hard to see everything clearly with the blindfold on. So there is something that's limiting in a you're self-limiting here. So you could take this kind of that you could walk free, ask for some help. Can you take off my blindfold? Asking questions, asking for other opinions may have come up recently, and you may have even felt a resistance to either taking people's advice or even asking for people's advice. So let's see how we're going to, let's see how maybe you have navigated the Seven of Cups. And what is the best way for Aries to see the situation clearly? Is there anything that we can know about these Seven of Cups that will be helpful? The Nine of Swords in reverse. So we can jump straight from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords, sure, but in the reversal, you're starting to drop off some of these worries. This tells me that you learned, Aries, that asking for help, Page of Pentacles at the bottom of deck, Page of Swords, this is a reaching out. This is two people, or more than you and another group or people, figuring something out together. And maybe somebody told you, Aries, do what's right for you. This is what, you want. This is what you've been searching for a while. But as far as I can see, you learned that reaching out and asking for help doesn't show any weakness. It actually shows strength so that you can pursue towards this goal in June. I'm really looking forward to seeing what that is, but I'm glad to see that the Eight of Swords, that has been troubling for sure. It's been overwhelming, at least for you recently. With the Nine of Swords in reverse, it tells me you're dropping off some of these swords and kind of reckoning with the fact like, hey, that didn't even happen. I was so freaked out about that. I was so worried about that, was dreading it. Didn't even happen. So that can be kind of very enlightening. I'm really sorry about the lighting on my phone. It's kind of got a mind of its own, this Mercury retrograde. I think this is nice though, no? I liked when that lighting was kind of like very saturated. But this also, Aries, it seems like Mercury retrograde is happening within my actual phone. So let's have a look at your goals for June. So June looks like it's going to be a very successful month for you. So you get where you want to go this month. And what's that going to look like? I'm sure it's going to be a welcome relief. The Five of Cups. The journey to this Two of Cups, Ten of Cups. Fulfilling alignment with another, alliance with another, happiness in your family life, your work life, it's all flowing so wonderfully. That is coming through with more of a breakthrough energy this month. So all of a sudden things start to even out for you this month and become more expansive, and money is going well, but as well as your emotional situation and your personal life going well. However, the Five of Cups, something still is yet to, I guess, upset you this month would be one way to put it, because you're let down by a situation, and it could be that somebody you were partnering with lets you down or shows themselves to be less than desirable for something you want to deal with in the long term. Now, family matters could be coming up where you're looking from an external point of view, you're looking at somebody's, perhaps it's marriage, perhaps it's their family and home life, and you're kind of looking at it and sensing that there could be something troubling there, and you may find that somebody comes to you this month and really, expects or hopes that you'll be a shoulder to cry on there. There's a sense that perhaps it's the same person that helped you through a situation before. Now it's almost like there is a need for you to be the leader here, or like the helper for somebody. Let's keep going into June. So anything else that we need to know about the Five of Cups? Is it that your goals are going to upset somebody, Aries? Disappoint somebody? Maybe you have to leave a position. Aries, you're coming through with the Star card. You in reversal. If you're dealing with an Aquarius at this time in your life, this could be the person that needs help, or you need to confide in about something. Healing can be done with the relationship with the Aquarius, even Aries, if it's you that is looking for some forgiveness of some sort. If you're looking for forgiveness and that's what's been bothering you recently, where you feel shitty about something, and the Seven of Cups is like, I just don't know where to start dealing with this. As you go piece by piece, little by little, each one of your concerns seem to have dropped away, and that's very useful for you to apply again. Let's go deeper into the Five of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. For some of you, you've been working for a family or in a family business, and you're going to have to maybe disappoint them as you pursue your own goals going forward. So let's have a look. The Six of Swords. For some of you, there is a transition that's happening this month. The Six of Swords is telling me that you are going to be moving on from something, and it isn't easy, and there is going to be disappointed people, but ultimately you still have much to work with after all is said and done. For some people, you may be dealing with a trickier situation this month relating to people that maybe represent this, older relatives, pets. You may have to, pay extra mind to your pets this month. so that you can avoid anything like having to bring them to a vet. And that's not to scare anybody, it's just to say that for some people that this may come up. The Six of Swords and the Five of Cups seems to be, for the most part though, I sense this as you helping somebody. The Six of Swords is offering support and really getting this person out of a not great situation. It could even be the same situation that the Five of Cups left this person feeling pretty depleted, and now your turn to step up and be some sort of a guide or counsel, or really provide somebody with precious peace of mind. Nights out and trips with friends are looking promising this month. It looks like you have a great network around you, people that you have history with, roots. This could be relatives, cousins, nieces, nephews, sisters, also friendship coming through with a bigger trip coming up. So that could be an exciting month for you if you're taking a trip with friends or people that you hold near and dear. Let's have a look at another card for June. So I would like to know, what is the takeaway for you this month in June? The Ace of Pentacles, something very opportune coming your way this month. So you'll reach the end of the month by having offers, maybe people handing you information, people handing you something on a silver platter. This could look like you running into somebody while you're rushing around. You meet some friend or colleague, ex-colleague, somebody helpful that speaks out and gives you information that leads to a brand new resource, a new job, a new finding, a new discovery. So keep your eyes peeled this month, Aries. There are opportunities galore, and you have a very big goal to achieve. It may be important to be aware that there are other things happening this month beyond your goal, even though I do think it's important for you to be selfish in a sense with the Nine of Pentacles to get to the Ten of Pentacles, that like high achievement of yours and something that is just really important to you. It may be important to be aware that other people are going through some issues in terms of their own emotional processes. They're healing. They could be even starting to look at wounds in the first place. And you may be called upon to repay some sort of a service or to give support in the way that this person had given it to you before, or you found somebody helped you through a similar situation. You've got the wisdom now, Aries, so I think you could really be very useful to somebody this month. So Ace of Pentacles, keep your eyes peeled for new alliances. And it all seems to happen when you're rushing around. That's the thing. It just seems to sync up for you. So be aware. Let's see. Is there another energy that we can pull for June? Is there something that Aries can kind of surrender or go without this month, or maybe leave in the past? Is there anything that Aries is shedding this month? The Ace of Wands. Knowing what to say yes and no to. You don't have to say yes to everything, but I'm inclined to say that there's a lot this month that you want to say yes to. So if we're leaving something behind, maybe it's overstretching, overcommitting. Yes, this might be a very exciting offer that comes up this month, but think about it in terms of practicality and what's more important, the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Wands. One is going to be pretty exciting. One may be exciting, yet it seems a little more grounded. You may have to also take into consideration when you're saying yes or no to things this month, like how you're going to get there. If you're dealing with a Cancer this month, you may feel more obligated to say yes or to give them what they want. But beware that it may become a burden to yourself if you're doing such a thing. It may also just be important to figure out your logistics before getting anywhere this month, or maybe the reason you'll have to decline is because you simply have no mode of transport or way to get to that location. Let's have a look at the end of the month and what you're basically taking away from this month, bringing with you into July. Loads of inspiration, ideas, new connections. I'm thinking too, like new people that you, maybe it'll be interns, or maybe it'll be new staff, or somebody coming in that's kind of inspiring. If you're a teacher, maybe a new student comes your way. But it's an exciting connection that you make this month. You carry it through to the next month and becomes all the little more stable. This is also Venus in Aries, so if you are watching with the Venus in Aries placement, this could be an extra message for you. An important person you meet, they may even have a different kind of background to you, and they're not the usual person you may come across. They may end up being quite a stable feature in the next chapter of your life, or at least the next month. For anybody else watching, the Page of Wands and the Four of Wands is just telling me that the ideas that are blossoming for you are really starting to manifest and take some concrete shape as you approach the month of July. Let's have a look into what these ideas are and what your final product may look like. The Moon card. So you may not even know fully what your final product is going to look like. I've got a team of people back here wearing the color red. Maybe something like red will come up. This person has a nice red wig on. So red may be an important color. It's coming through in the Page of Wands and the Four of Wands. So a color scheme or some sort of a concept like that involving red. Teams may be coming up for you. The Moon card is also just saying, like, maybe you don't even know yet, and then I can't tell you exactly what it's going to be because there's a level of unknown yet around the finished product, even though the ideas are very much stabilizing and maybe you're getting them out there. Perhaps the final product isn't fully imagined by yourself yet. Well, Aries, I kind of switched up the way I've done the reading this month for the general reading. Please tell me if you like it this way. I would love your feedback. I can always go back to the way I was doing it before if that's what people are into. Just wanted to try something new, and I hope that you'll consider subscribing if you liked this video. Take care.